Every day, the princess had to wash clothes with wood, simply because she was imprisoned by a wild man in a cave and couldn't find any water source. She thought she would spend the rest of her life here. But one day, a beautiful singing voice came from outside. Following the sound, she climbed up the cliff, and sure enough saw a woman on the opposite side. Seeing this, the princess hurriedly explained her situation and promised that as long as she could be rescued, the woman could name any price she wanted. Although the woman was tempted, when she looked down at the bottomless cliff below, she hesitated and wanted to back out. Left with no choice, the princess doubled her offer again, finally convincing the woman to stay. The problem was, the woman was alone and had no tools, so the rescue could only take place the next day when she and her 2 sons could do it together. After agreeing on a time, the woman didn't linger any longer. That night, the princess couldn't sleep because she wasn't sure if the woman would actually come. So the next day, while the savage was preparing food, the princess kept running outside to look around and keep watch. Unexpectedly, the woman was very trustworthy. Early in the morning, she had her sons set up ropes at both edges of the cliff. It turned out that the family ran a circus, so walking on a tightrope was basically an everyday thing for them. But what no one expected was that trouble came uninvited. The scent left behind by the princess was quickly noticed by the savage. When he reached the cave entrance, he discovered that the wife he had worked so hard to obtain was about to be forcibly taken away, which made the savage extremely anxious. Though he couldn't walk a tightrope, the savage was very strong. He gripped the rope tightly and moved forward continuously, his speed not slower than the young man's. Fortunately, the princess's side reached the other side first. The savage fell into the bottomless abyss after the young man cut the rope. But they were happy too soon. Such a height wasn't fatal for the savage. After being rescued, the group prepared to escort the princess to the top of the castle, but unexpectedly, the savage returned to attack them. Seeing this, the princess grabbed a small knife and fled. As for the others, their fate was grim. Except for the 3 who managed to escape, the rest were basically wiped out by the savage. After leaving, the few survivors quickly found a place to hide. When the savage drew near, the young man immediately took a big mouthful of liquor, then caught the savage off guard by spitting it out and setting him on fire, teaching him a harsh lesson. This level of injury might be enough to take down an ordinary person, but the savage had thick skin and strong flesh. After putting out the fire on himself, he strangled the young man to death. Seeing her son in mortal danger, the mother couldn't sit still. She rushed over, ready to fight the savage, but there was no suspense. Her appearance led to her own demise. Taking advantage of the opening, the princess took off running, but she forgot that in these deep mountains, no matter how far she ran or where she hid, the savage could track his prey quickly with his keen sense of smell. This was truly awkward. The savage was deeply hurt by the princess teaming up with others against him and immediately prepared to beat her to death. Realizing the danger, the princess didn't want to just sit and wait for death. She gently leaned into the savage's arms and said she only wanted to test her husband's fighting skills, to see if he was capable of protecting her. Congratulations, you have successfully passed the test. The princess's manipulation skills are truly impressive. Just 2 sentences, and she had the savage fooled. Taking advantage of his relaxation, the princess swiftly drew her knife, and with a gentle stroke, slit the savage's throat. At the story's end, the princess returned to the castle with the savage's head and told her father, "If you insist on making me marry someone I don't love, this will be your fate." The king was terrified. His legs gave out, he fell to his knees. He knew he had wronged his daughter and was unworthy of being king, so he immediately decided to pass the throne to her. To honor the family who died rescuing her, on her coronation day, the princess arranged a tightrope performance to enliven the ceremony. It was to pay tribute to their spirits and serve as a reminder to herself to help the people when governing the country in the future. This story teaches us that when faced with injustice, we must stand up and resist, just like the princess in the story. Sometimes, if you don't push yourself, you'll never know how outstanding you truly are.